Hello everyone and welcome back to Lakeside, and it's great to be back. I've gone ahead and constructed the platform area for the station building around here, and it's basically all complete now. So the only job left to do, I say the only job, the job left to do now is to construct the actual lift which goes in the lift shaft. So I've got to do the lift, and then I've got to then make some sliding doors for the bottom, because what I want to happen is for the lift to be able to go up and down, and the doors at the bottom to slide across and close again. So that's a big ask for me anyway. So that's what I intend to do on this video, is to make the lift itself and the sliding doors. The installation of them will be in the second part of the video, which will be uploaded probably Monday-ish, obviously. Might be tomorrow, but probably Monday. So let's crack on with the video, and I've got a few stills at the beginning to show you the finished item without the lift in position here. So you get an idea of how it looks, and it's come out really well. I'm very pleased with it. It's a really lovely model. So let's crack on with the video, and I'll speak to you later. Okay, so bye for now. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Graham from Lakeside, and this video is going to be about me making the lift and getting it working for the lift shaft. Now this one here is the dummy one I made up originally, but it wasn't quite the right size, and it was all done just to see if I could get it to work. That's the lift going up and down bit, I mean. So now I need to actually make this for real. Now I've already made, in true Blue Peter fashion, the lift shaft, which does fit into the area which I want it to go into, which I'll show you later. So now I have to make the lift, remake this to fit inside the new shaft. Now it's not too far off, but I still need to remake it to fit properly. So that's really what this video is about, is making a lift to go inside here, plus to make it work. And the method I'm thinking of is to use a one of these Cobalt IP motors, which I've got plenty left over from my previous layout. So I will be able to, from my iPad, switch this over so that it will excuse me, operate the lift going up and down through a series of fulcrums and some wire, which I've got here, which is piano wire, so it's fairly stiff, and it's not going to take any strain at all. It's just going to be pushing up and down. So that should suffice, and I will probably have two wires coming from this down to the fulcrum point of the motor. Now at the moment this motor will only move from, say, there to here, which is hardly any movement at all really. Ideal for points of course, but not any good for operating a lift. So I'm going to be having this connected to another horn or fulcrum, which is going to be longer, to give me the correct amount of lift I want from going from there up to there. So that's about, I don't know, 2.5 inches or so. that's going to have to be done at a later stage. My first thing to do is to make the lift up. So I will do that now, and then once I've got it to fit in properly, then I'll come back to you. The other thing I want to do, if I can, is to have the doors here opening and closing. Now I haven't got enough room this side to have two sliding doors going across. So the other method I'm going to be using is to have the doors so they concertina, and there'll be like a bellows coming in and out like this, so they will open and close on a bellows system, and that again will be operated by another point motor, so that when I press on the iPad the door, it will open or close, and I will probably be able to get away with no fulcrum, just using that there going backwards and forwards. That's all in theory. Whether this will work or not, I haven't a clue. Not a clue. But in theory, the way I've worked it out, it should do. It will be fiddly setting it all up, I can guarantee that. But I think at the end of the day, I will be able to get some doors operating, and also the lift going up and down inside this. As you can see, I've got a cutout at the back here, so the people enter this side, go up in the lift, and then come out into the building that side. So there we go. Right, so I will turn the camera off and remake this and come back to you. And this is made up purely out of 2mm mounting board, so it's very light, and the only friction I'm going to have is that going up and down inside like that, and it will pull down by the wire. Okay, so I will be back a bit later. Hello again. Right, back again, and I've done the lift, and I've put some people inside it, and I've cut an aperture out at the top so that I can put an LED at the top here facing downwards, facing that way, sorry my finger's going the wrong way, facing downwards, so that the light goes into the top of the lift to illuminate the people, and it goes up and it goes down. So if I show you that up close, if I can, move that out of the way. It goes up, you can see my hand behind it for the exit of the other side, and it comes down again. And if I go in close, you can hopefully see the people there. That's probably a bit better in the lift. And once the LED is in the top, then that light should shine down through and illuminate those people. So if I take this out, that'll probably give you a better idea. There's the aperture there. And you can see with the light coming down from above me how that's illuminating the people. And for the workings, I've put 2 pieces of wire up through the floor. I've made a false floor, and I've put a groove going across here and bent the wires at 90 degrees, and those wires then sit in those grooves so it can't pull out, and it goes across the whole width. So if you imagine a groove going across here in the false floor, and those wires are inset into the groove and allows movement that way. So in theory it should work. So if I pop that back in like so, and then with this attached to the other end along with another fulcrum, then I should be able to get the movement I need to make this go up and down. And I spent quite a long time getting a nice fit inside, so it wasn't too tight, it wasn't too loose, it's just a nice smooth transition from top to bottom without any high spots. And what I was doing this to get an idea where there was any high spots, because you can take it out and see the markings on the lift, and then just shaving a bit off here and a bit off there until I got it right. But it seems to be working. So the next stage is to make up the door here, going across here. So that's what I should be doing next, and I should be using some 170 GSM paper, matte paper, which I will score and make into lines so that I can then fold it into a concertina type effect and see if that works. So I will do that next and I'll be back. Okay, so speak to you later. Hello again. Right, back with the door in place. So what will happen, I'm sorry that this is going to be upside down for you, but it's the only way I can show you, because it's all hands on at the moment. So if you imagine the lift is at the top section, so that's right outside the station building. So then the lift will come down to there, and then one of those will operate the door, hopefully, which will do that. They will come out, the door closes, put that in position, and then the lift goes back up to either put more passengers up or bring passengers down, or both, or whatever. So this side of it works nicely, it operates okay. Of course, the next stage is installing this onto the platform and installing these 2 point motors to operate those 2 sets of wires. I've got 2 hopes, Bob hope and no hope. I can see I'm going to have a hell of a time trying to line all this up, but I will do it. I will do it. I'm so determined that this is going to work. In theory, it looks like it will work. The main part is lining these up so that I get proper movement from one of these to here, so that it doesn't tend to bow it like that or like that. It's got to come across straight and level. Now, because these work on an arc like that, there's my finger, because these work on an arc, then the only way I can think I can do that is by bending this wire slightly so that I've got rid of the arc, and it seems to work. So I'm using an arc as I do that. So we'll have to just wait and see. Hopefully it will work. One other thing before I go, I'm sure people would have noticed that there is this Perspex sheet just here. That won't get scratched by the lift moving up and down because it's trapped in between 2 layers like a sandwich, and that lift is not rubbing up against that piece of Perspex. It's rubbing up against the layer which is up underneath. So that Perspex won't ever get scratched by the lift going up. It might get scratched with me and my ham-fisted hands, but it certainly won't get scratched by the lift going up. I think that's about it. And I think what I'll do, I'll wrap this video up and put this up on YouTube with the second part of the video of me installing it all. And hopefully getting it to work. That might be tomorrow, it might be the day after, I don't know. It depends on, to be honest with you, how successful I am in getting this to work. I've got to code these two back into the Z21, wire them up, mount them, and then get the correct positioning. So there's a fair bit of fiddling around to do before I even get to this part of it. So that's the next stage of the game. So wish me luck on that one, because I think I'm going to need it. Right, okay, I think that's about it for now. So I will speak to you again soon, hopefully maybe tomorrow, if I can get this to work, or when I'll get started to do it. It might not be tomorrow actually, but it will certainly be soon. Okay, so bye for now and thanks for watching, and we'll see how it goes from here. Okay, so bye for now. Bye.